Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is the ultimate Dragon Ball game. This is true to many fans, thanks to the dream roster of characters, the high-speed action that looks just like the anime, and some of the best visuals that anime games have ever achieved. However, the competitive side of the game was not what a lot of people were expecting. The big roster suddenly looks very small if you're only picking viable characters, the cool combos you thought you could do are all getting stopped by super counters, and strategies like Ki Blast spam or vertical flying have almost no counterplay to them. And I wanted to see if this was actually true, and the only way to do this is to host the biggest Sparking Zero tournament ever, and these players push not only each other, but the game to new heights. Sparking Zero was one of the 4 games hosted on Ultimate Burst 2024, which is a yearly event for anime game tournaments, and it was easily the main game of the event this year, with more than 300 players signed up and the biggest slice of the $2,000 prize pool. This was a single battle tournament, so you could only pick one character, but all sets would be first to 3 games. And there was also a tournament for both NA and EU players, which is rare, but this means that we finally get to see the top of North America face off against the top of Europe. Even if players have to adjust to a bigger delay sometimes, this should affect both players equally, and adapting to this delay faster than your opponent can is also an essential skill to win online tournaments. And this is how it all went down. This is how players pushed Sparking Zero to new levels. 329 players ready to start playing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, divided into 12 different pools. Players will battle each other until we have a top 6, which we'll be playing tomorrow for the big bucks. And we already have a few favorites from the get-go. On pool number 1, the favorite player to win it all, Dom from the United States. He made it out of pools into the top 48 without dropping a single game. Dom has won most Sparking Zero tournaments that he entered so far, and if this name sounds familiar, then you probably followed the Storm scene for a while, because he was one of the best Storm players of all time. On pool number 2, we have his compatriot Hardy Slime, dropping only 1 game in pools to a player called SSK. Now, I wish I could tell you SSK was some secret talent. Unfortunately, he drowned before getting out of pool 2. And then we have the Europeans, or maybe I should say the French. On pool number 3, Heliaster, which is a name you guys probably recognize if you followed the Demon Slayer scene, which he was also at the top for a very long time. He also made it out of his pool without dropping a single game. Jumping forward to pool number 8, we have Hakimatsu, who absolutely stomped through his opposition. These 4 players are going to be the main characters through which I tell you the story of this tournament. They are not the only characters, but going into the tournament, they're the ones everyone is watching. And as you can see, everything was going very predictably so far. The strong players were winning easily, but that was only true up to the top 48. Once we got out of pools, I put Hakimatsu on stream. He played against a perfect Cell player. It was a quick 3-0, no problem, but his next match would be against Dom. This is the first big EU versus NA clash, and we didn't stream it. To be very honest with you guys, this was a big seeding fail on my part, because these two should not be meeting this soon in the bracket. French players knew Hakimatsu was strong, but unfortunately he did not have any tournament placements before this tournament happened. So it was hard for me to see the player that said he should have been a higher seed, and we certainly shouldn't have missed the match on stream. Luckily Dom was live, so let's watch his stream instead. Now this is going to be a UI Goku mirror match. We're gonna see a lot of UI Goku during this tournament, but this is a good chance to explain you the basics of how this game works. Because there are a lot of situations that can lead into a super counter and into a vanish war, both players are gonna try to have the key advantage at all times. Bonus points if they manage to activate their sparking mode without their opponent doing so, because that means they can safely spam Ki Blasts. And so Dom actually gets sparking first in game 1, which means Hakimatsu is gonna try to run away by flying vertically. Vertical flight is really hard to stop, but he cannot do it forever because super dashing costs Ki. In fact, Dom actually manages to catch him, but Hakimatsu blocks the low sweep, and so Dom isn't able to get much from his sparking. Hakimatsu finds the space to activate his own sparking and also catches Dom, so he is forced to super counter here and hope that his sparking runs out even though he wins the Vanish War. He's a bit too slow using his instant sparking skill, and Hakimatsu is going to punish him. This is one of the reasons why you'll see UI Goku a lot in this tournament, why he is so strong. If he has 4 bars a meter, he can stop you from using abilities like instant spark anywhere on map because he straight up teleports to you. This interaction cost Dom his game number 1. Hakimatsu starts ahead. Game number 2 was incredibly tight. Both players went down to their last health bar, but from this interaction, Dom goes for a grab, and that gives him the opportunity to activate instant spark, and Hakimatsu could not survive the Ki Blast flurry. It is 1-1, but Hakimatsu wasn't giving up, and game 3 was a complete beatdown. Hakimatsu manages to find the combo on Dom, and from this combo, he starts a Vanish War, which Dom loses on purpose since he does not have the key advantage. And Hakimatsu is gonna go for a perfect reset here, flying flying to his back, getting another combo into the grab, which you cannot tech. This is another reason why this character is busted. You cannot tech this grab. Dom uses a revenge counter and in desperation tries to activate instant sparking, and that gets punished by a Ki Blast loop from Hakimatsu. And from this Ki Blast loop, he activates instant spark. And from this point, it's over. This Ki Blast loop is really hard to avoid, and Hakimatsu takes the lead once again. It is 2-1. Game 4 started with this crazy moment. Dom super counters, starting a Vanish War, and then Hakimatsu, bam, super counter. Another Vanish, bam, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Dom counters back, then Hakimatsu again, and Dom wins the Vanish battle. But to me, this game was defined by this combo right here. Dom sees Hakimatsu throwing some Ki Blasts. He dashes through, gets his back, lands the sweep, and now look at how much damage he deals. Now, Hakimatsu does activate sparking here, but Dom survives and manages to activate his own sparking. But Hakimatsu, with no spark, sees Dom throwing those Ki Blasts and instantly lands that teleporting rush move. He punishes the Ki Blast spam, and with only 2 skill points, Dom is going to use revenge counter, staying in his face and sealing the deal 2-2. We're going to a game 5 to decide everything. Now, game 5, it could have really gone either way, but it certainly started going in Hakimatsu's favor. Charged Ki Blasts, creating enough time to instant spark, and it looked like Hakimatsu's punish was late. However, it still caught Dom's recovery. And this happened not once, but twice in this game. And then the ultimate that sealed Hakimatsu as the winner, sending Dom to the loser's brackets. Now, it is not over for Dom because this is a double elimination tournament, meaning that in order to be eliminated, you have to lose twice. So Dom is now in what we call the loser's bracket, where he's going to try to battle his way back to the top. But this did mean that out of the 4 protagonists here, only 3 made it to top 6. They all won their top 8 matches pretty convincingly, which means they are done for the day and are now getting ready to compete on day 2. With Hakimatsu on one side of the bracket, Hardy Slime and Heliaster on the other, this is going to be a crazy match. Dom, however, still has a long road ahead if he wants to make it to day 2, and so his first opponent in losers was a Z Broly, which he made it through with a clean 3-0, but his second opponent is what I consider to be the surprise of this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, this is John Lucifer from Switzerland, and he's playing Super Vegito, who has a skill called After Image Strike. What you need to know about the skill if you don't play the game is that it costs 3 skill points and everyone hates it. For 15 seconds, you cannot hit this character. They will automatically vanish out of any hits. The only things you can hit them with are grabs, Ki Blasts, and a couple of counter options, but that's it. 15 seconds straight, no supers, no ultimates, no combos. Now, this is annoying, but competitive players feel like having Ki Advantage directly counters this. Because if you get Sparking mode, you can spam Ki Blasts, and this skill is just useless. But what happened against Dom was Omega levels of tilting. Because of the cross-region nature of this match, Dom was taking massive damage through combos, as he just couldn't pull off super counters consistently. This would make any of us tilted, but if you don't know Dom, well, you should know that he's a pretty passionate player, let's put it like that. And so even though he's able to instant spark, he's able to get the health lead, once he super countered triggering a Vanish War, he followed it up, and that follow-up was a mistake, because that got dodged by After Image Strike, which forced him to super counter again, and even though he won the second Vanish War, Jun was able to tech in record time, punishing that attempt and winning game 1. Now, normally, after you win a Vanish War, the opponent is gonna fly far enough away that you can activate your instant spark, no problem. But in this case, Jun was able to tech and get back to where Dom was in record time. How did he get here so quickly? And the answer is the invisible map wall. Every map in this game has an invisible border that shines once you get closer to it. If you get close, it's pretty obvious. But these guys were fighting so far away from the Cell Games Arena center that they slowly made their way to the edge of the map. And it just so happens that Jun was knocked away into that wall, which allowed him to wall tech, super dashing straight back to Dom and winning the fight. If they were further away from the edge of the map, Dom would have probably won this first game, and this whole story would be so different. This all happened incredibly fast, but Dom not only saw it, he interpreted these events perfectly too, which only made him tilt harder. And so, after going through another entire match where his super counters weren't working, he decided to throw in the towel and give Jun the victory. Now, I get it. It is frustrating to know you're capable of better, but lag won't let you play to the best of your ability. I get this frustration 100%. But let's not forget that Jun was playing under the same conditions. I've talked to Dom many times since this, and I've told him that he only lost to himself at the end of the day. The set wasn't done, he could have brought it back, back, but like I said, I also get it. And to June's credit, his streak didn't end there. Right after Dom, he also beat Sim, who is probably the best Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta player in the world. He was also one of the top North American players, and June beat 2 of them in a row. He did not stop winning until he got to top 6 after facing another Vegito in an absolute after-image strike festival. Some players will say that he only got top 6 because of lag. I say the man was winning consistently under many different conditions and is the only top 6 player right now that wasn't seeded at the start of the tournament. No one had him under their radar, and to me that's inspiring. This means that it's anybody's game. Anyone can make it, and June is living proof of that. Now, if June is such an unstoppable force, why is he in the losers bracket? Who sent him here? This is where you guys get to meet a new character, Suzuru, the super counter master. In winners, he ran into Hakimatsu, and that's how he ended up in losers. But other than that, it was pretty smooth sailing until top 6. However, I would like to add that much like Dom and Sim, Suzuru is from the United States, and it was him that sent June to the losers bracket for Dom and Sim to deal with. That's what I call a dick move. You could say that Suzuru was actually the one who indirectly eliminated Dom and Sim because of this. But I also want to give you a taste of what this player can do, so check this out.
So I think what Suzuru is doing is he's only going for super counters. Yeah.
4,
huh?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No! That is the tournament record. 9 super counters in a row. No one beat that in the top 6. They got close, but they didn't beat 9 super counters in a row. Suzuru is the super counter god. And that is our top 6 brackets complete. And I guess at this point, you already know everyone here, except for one player, Board. I left Board for last for a good reason. Board was the first match I commentated on stream. And what surprised both me and my co-commentator Diaphone was his opponent. Android 17 was very unexpected. Not only did Android 17 show up in top 16, he won 2 matches. Board was losing this game 2-1 when he came into my Twitch chat and said, "Infinite key, man, it's corny." And then proceeds to pick Android 17 Super himself and absolutely wipe the floor with his opponent. Now, we've all been there in a match. We've said, "Oh, that's cheap," or "Oh, that's some BS." But Board not only said it, he backed it up. He picked up the character and won his ticket to top 6. And the bases were finally loaded. It was time to call it a night and wake up the next day for the most stacked top 6 in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero I have ever seen. Day 2 of Ultimate Burst. Our top 6 is ready to play, and the rules are pretty much the same, except for winners, losers, and grand finals. This time, those are first to 5 games instead of first to 3. But before we get there, we have the winner semis, starting with Hakimatsu versus Board right away. Now, Board's main is actually Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and he started strong against Hakimatsu, getting the first game. But Hakimatsu adapted, took 2 games back, and even though Board still switched to Android 17, that didn't help at all this time. Hakimatsu moves on to winners finals. On the other side, we thought we had a clash of giants. Hardy Slime versus Heliaster was one of the matches that everyone wanted to see. Once again, an Ultra Instinct Goku mirror. And in this game, I think we have the play of the game. Now, UI Goku has a skill, as you might know, that instantly activates sparking mode if you have 3 skills. And the animation looks like this. He puts his hands up and powers up. But you guys also know that if a UI Goku has 4 bars of ki, they can instantly punish that. And these players are looking for that animation. As soon as they see that animation, they pull the trigger and punish the sparking activation. I think what happened here in game 1 was the play of the tournament, because we see Heliaster in the distance. He's gonna activate instant spark, and Slime's reactions are on point. He punishes right away, but wait, they clashed. It wasn't a punish at all. What just happened there? This was an Omega Brain move by Heliaster. He didn't use instant spark because he knew he was gonna get punished. Instead, he baited those 4 bars out of Slime by doing an emote. He basically emoted as UI Goku to simulate that animation and bait the punish. And now Slime has a lot less meter than Heliaster. It is an Omega Brain 400 IQ move. Heliaster would take both game 1 and 2 after that play. Slime took game 3, but that wasn't enough to shake Helia, who absolutely speedran game 4, putting him in winners finals where we would have a French showdown. But first, on the loser side, June was waiting to play his brand new opponent, Board, and this match was just hilarious. Jun Lucifer started with a win. Board was simply not super countering. Everyone had trouble super countering against Jun, but this meant that Jun had huge combos dealing big damage with every touch. But Board replies with a character switch for game 2, Vegito Blue. Now the reason why you pick Vegito Blue is because of a skill called Full Power. Unlike Instant Spark, it only costs 2 skill points, so it's cheaper, and while it doesn't give you sparking mode, it fills up your meter instantly as it goes into a cutscene as soon as you press the button. So you don't have to set it up, you don't have to find the opening, you kind of just do it and you can't get punished. And so the idea here is that you're able to activate this more often than Jun's After Image Strike because it costs less skills. So then you can spam Ki Blast against Jun's After Image Strike every time you need to. Refill your Ki, spam more Ki Blast. And the theory was solid and it was actually working for a time, but Jun still won game 2 and now has a 2-0 lead. But if you guys have been paying attention to this story so far, you now know Board as a player. I think you can guess what he did next. He picked Super Saiyan Vegito 2. Board is once again saying, that's bullshit, let me do it. And it worked! He won 2 games in a row, bringing us down to game 5, which was an absolute After Image Strike festival once again, and chat was having a ton of fun. Board won the set, solidifying him as the ultimate nah, that's corny guy, but actually backing it up, and bringing about the end of the Jun Lucifer legend, the hero of the people. On the other side of losers, we had Suzaru versus Slime, and guys, I would love to tell you a great story about the set, but it wasn't even close. Slime won with a clean 3-0. At no point did it look like he was losing the match. It didn't matter if Suzaru picked Gogeta or went for a UI Goku mirror, Slime just absolutely cleaned house, which I think makes the Heliaster victory over Slime even more impressive. But all credit to Suzaru for making it this far, not just in Sparking Zero, mind you, he also made it to top 8 in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Incredibly talented and impressive finish in a tournament as stacked as this, but this is as far as Suzaru is going to go. So we got a French duel in winners finals and an American duel in losers semis, and one of these 4 players is going to take it all. Let's start with the French duel in winners.
Look at these Z rankers out here. Look at these, both of these Z rankers. They've earned their marks, They've earned their stripes.
Hey, shout out to Kaiju number 8 fan, okay?
But yeah, winners finals, let's get started here already. I'm already seeing Hakimatsu just on that key charge already.
Look, I'm telling y'all right now, this is the best move. Look, he reflected that.
Reflected as well. Now
look at
it's
the
just
combo. Have you ever got combo full screen before?
Wait, is he just gonna
charging? No, they keep pushing the clash. Okay.
Got the clash out, bro. He pressed in time.
Out here in winners finals is crazy. He goes straight for it. Now he's in that animation, but he dodges it. Oh, a big combo into charge.
Oh yeah, he getting everything he can out of this combo.
Crazy. Oh, no, super counter battle.
Oh my god.
Okay. Instant spark, no Ki Blast to stop her from instant sparking. You say he came back down, he coming after you. See how much Ki? Somebody gonna run out. Okay. Oh, that was crazy. He tried to catch him off guard there at the end.
He's gonna go spark himself there. And Hakimatsu.
Yeah.
With that instant
grab. No. Into the stump, and it's GG after this. Oh no.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Wait. He's reflecting back the key. Burst dash. Nice dodge there. Very nice dodge.
look how he's moving. I love when people that go up and down in this game. It's so funny.
Yeah, these Ki Blasts ain't hit anyone, bro. Oh, never mind. But these fists are.
I think Hakimatsu might have to be a little bit more risky, more aggressive in these games to get something off. But other than that, they're both playing very solid. Yep, big hit there. Nice back.
Oh no.
Big damage. For people that's wondering, why is he constantly charging instead of just hitting them? He's getting the key up to build in case a super counter or some type of scenario happens, so he can play the game efficiently and not just lose out to random situations. Oh, nice hit there.
Perfect catch as well.
Yep.
Again, three times, man. 3 times.
Hylia just getting so much more resources to be able to play those Vanish Wars and getting those clean charge Ki Blast hits off is very good. Nice movement from both players. They're smoothing. Tries to grab out of the freaking Wild Sense. Oh, big kick. Okay,
yeah, Hakimatsu. He on borrowed life right now, bro. Borrowed life. Yeah, their life all gone.
It started as a close set, but as it went on, Helia got more and more comfortable and started getting more and more easy wins towards the end, taking the whole set with an impressive 5-1, sending Hakimatsu to losers to play the winner of Board versus Slime. Board once again started the set with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but Slime was able to take 2 quick games off of him. It wasn't even close. So chat, I gotta ask you once again, what does Board do in a situation where he's losing 2-0? That's right, he goes for the mirror. And again, this feels like it's made up, but it works! Board actually beats Slime, reducing his lead to 2-1, and on game 4, he starts the match winning before he does this very questionable move. He decided to throw a raw ultimate, and Slime goes for a clash. During this clash, Board boosts and loses the clash, which completely burns him out. And burnout in this game, it's kind of GG. The opponent can just deal damage for free, so you take a ton of damage here, and that's enough for Slime to bring it back and turn things around, winning the set 3-1. The heartbreaking part of this is that Board came onto the chat to say that he did not boost. According to him, this was a classic controls glitch. The last patch caught a lot of glitches for classic controls, but it seems like it hasn't caught all of them. And to go out because of a glitch in Sparky Zero, that is so heartbreaking. But still, Board secures a 4th place in an incredibly stacked bracket, and that's still super impressive. And then there were 3 players left, all of them UI Goku mains, all of their names starting with H. I don't know if that means anything, but I think there's no question here that UI Goku is the best character for solo battles. I think these players have proved it. In losers finals, we have Hakimatsu versus Slime. Both of these players had pretty devastating losses against Heliaster, which means both of them are hungry for a rematch. And so this set would be absolute violence. In game 1, Hakimatsu managed to land a Ki Blast loop, and that was enough to set up an instant spark, which he used to rush down Slime and take the first point on the board. Hardy Slime fought back even though Hakimatsu got sparking. He managed to finish him off in game 2. Game 3 was all Slime. He got the key advantage early on, never let it go, and dealt some big damage during Vanish Wars. This was the fastest game in the set. He kept that momentum going into game 4, and with this huge combo, he was able to take the lead and close it out. But Hakimatsu fought back in game 5. This was such a close game. Down to their last health bar, Hakimatsu vanishes a sweep and shortens the lead that Slime had. Game 6, Hakimatsu wins again with this perfect sequence. He gets super countered, Slime is going for instant spark, he immediately punishes that, activates Wild Sense, gets Slime's back, baits his Wild Sense out, lands the grab combo, and when Slime tries to revenge counter, his Wild Sense finally kicks in and he finishes the fight. We are all tied up again. But from this point on, Hakimatsu was unstoppable. 4-3 and finally 5-3, completely turning things around. Hakimatsu eliminates Slime, who gets a very respectable 3rd place in the competition, but that is going to do it for the Great American Hope. We have a full French Grand Finals. And folks, the first match of Grand Finals might have very well been the highlight of the whole tournament.
No way, no shot they did this for Grand Finals.
Okay. I can't lie, Globku, you know, you got some good guys in Grand Finals, bro.
No shot they did this for Grand Finals.
Cell and Team Gohan, both these guys are very strong characters as well, so it's not even like one-sided deficit. This is gonna be lit. This is gonna be lit.
Yo, Cell the GOAT. Watch the hits. Oh, nice clip. Okay. Oh, trying to go for the sweep there into the hard knockdown.
Yeah,
they both had almost max key. No shot they're doing this. Not for the content in Grand Finals.
No way.
Oh, he didn't do it. He forgot to hit the button. I saw it.
This is canon now. This is canon, bro.
He just played it canon. He's not dead, though. No way. No shot.
They're going for it again. They're going for it again.
No shot. No shot.
Oh my god.
No shot. All right, who's gonna win this clash though?
Oh my god.
If he loses, oh no way. No. That's hot.
Oh my god, the entire world just breaking around them as well. What a finish.
It was so cool of them to do that for the fans. Obviously, they played the rest of the set for real. They both went back to UI Goku. And honestly, it wasn't too different from Winners Finals. Heliaster absolutely cooked.
If I'm Helia, I'm just full sending the Sparking Ultimate, bro.
Yeah, just
I'm just gonna, bro, the Sparking Super, yeah, I'm just gonna pop it immediately. Just why not, you know? When I'm up close, like right here. Right here. Oh, wait. Wait.
No way.
Wait, did he actually do it? Oh,
no shot. No shot. He said, I'm leaving him with something 2 bars
Nah, someone
erased
clip
off the
that. Someone
board.
clip that. Someone
Flip
clip
that
that.
right there.
Clip that right now, bro.
Hakimatsu did manage to get one game, but Helios stayed in control at all times, becoming your 2024 Ultimate Burst champion for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. The biggest Sparking Zero tournament ever. It all came down to Heliaster and Ultra Instinct Goku.
The fight has only just barely ended, and I can already feel the itch to fight again.
And I like to say that Ultimate Burst would not have been possible without the help of a ton of volunteers, like the commentators, but especially all the TOs. Running a 300-man bracket is no easy task, so thank you to all who helped out this year. And regarding Sparking Zero, I think everyone hopes to see some changes in how this game is played competitively. I know the viewers definitely want those, but the players do too. This game has a lot going for it. It's got a fantastic baseline from where we can work together with the developers, providing some feedback and balancing the game towards the right path. But this was the pinnacle of Sparking Zero as it launched, and I'm happy everyone came together to make this huge event happen. Let's keep an eye on the game, see how it changes, and maybe do it again next year. Thank you for watching. Bye.